noise like him, my button, to make you worried. I can't see the screen. Love it.
Quennell.
Can't hear it.
Val Heffelfinger. I'm Dickie, and it's Grim After Dark.
Welcome to Grim After Dark, Warhammer 40,000's only late night show. For some reason, my name is John, and I'm here to misinform and entertain as we talk about the goings-on over the last week in the world of Warhammer. This week, Val might be off recovering from the world's largest square-based event ever in the last calendar year, but Dickie's here to recap it. Prior commitments stopped us from doing a separate video, but we're going to go ankle deep in the water of Danny's hot takes. We have a special Black Friday edition of the eBay Price is Right, and we will get caught up in our listener mailbag because you all complained. And if you enjoy what you see or what you listen to, you can support us by liking or subscribing wherever it will let you. And if you're able to, throw a couple of dollars our way by becoming a member on YouTube or commenting below with the answer to this question: what's the Necron Codex an improvement over the Index? Or was it a side grade? But before we go on, let's meet the team who make it possible. First up, he's the co-host with the co-most. He's our competitive 40K champion all the way from Moscow, Idaho. It's Daniel J. McDevitt.
Jay?
And then he's the man behind the curtain. He puts the cooch in Canada. It's superstar producer, Tak Dickie.
The cooch? The cooch.
He won't let me say anything
I
stronger.
think that's demonetized. I think we're demonetized now because
Yeah,
of that.
I mean,
Dang.
it's so close to Gooch, John. It's just, we might as well have said
We
that.
might as well have said it. 10 seconds into the show, you already demonetized.
You've constructively Gooched the show, John.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say he puts the gooch in Canada because that would demonetize an entire nation.
Yeah.
And we need Dickie to continue to help us week on, week out. Like we said, Val off this week, recovering from taking an entire week. And again, maybe this is one of the reasons the Warhammer fantasy battles had to die, was because after every event, it really takes it out of the TO to the point where recovery time has got to be a thing. And for some of the larger events, you're missing time off of work. Danny, does endurance play a large part of fantasy battle?
You know, John, the Warhammer refractory period, varies a lot depending on your age. So, sometimes you just need a minute after a tournament before you can get enthused.
Yeah, I'm gonna say there was a lot of sitting at that event. There wasn't a lot of standing. There was a lot of sitting and playing. Yeah.
Dickie, as a coach for Team Canada on the 40K side, how's your team's WRP? Is it a pretty solid percentage, or is it something that you guys got to work on?
Something we need to work on for sure. Yeah, it's on the docket for next week.
Yeah, hopefully it's not drawn. This week's comment of the week is brought to you by our friends at Frontline Gaming. Open 24/7 at frontlinegaming.org, and all of your GW products is at a discounted rate. And even more so, they have more on sale today because it's Cyber Monday, apparently. I didn't buy anything this year. I went to buy Fast X until my wife reminded me that I already own it digitally and on DVD. But that's okay. But anyway, this week it's all about being this week is all about being guilty until proven innocent, Danny, which is hopefully something you can help us with. This is a comment from last week's video where Seth discussed the WCW. No, Danny, not Goldberg and his friend Sting in the wrestling, but the World Championships of Warhammer. But he says here, a commenter said, if John was wrong in one match, what proof is it that he didn't misplayed it in other games?
Oh,
When it was the case of a core stratagem being misused. And I don't think these are women misplayed and misused. I think this is just spelling errors on the thing. But Danny, responses, thoughts on that?
I mean, is the question whether or not I think John Lennon cheated, or something? I don't really understand the question.
That's fair. It's because I didn't ask a very good one.
I didn't think that John misplayed the stratagem. I thought there was a movement. It was discrepancy with the movement value between two model or one model.
Yeah. What it's saying here is if he was wrong in one match, what proof is there that he didn't do it in every other match he's ever played?
There's no proof of anything either way.
wow.
I really hate that you added either way, because I'm going to be like, Danny definitively said that John Lennon cheats in every game he's a part of.
I mean,
flip that.
Probably. Most people probably cheat in every game they play of Warhammer.
Yeah, it's possible.
But Is this seems to me to be, and again, Petorjeski, thank you for watching and supporting us, but this seems like a bizarre comment of going back and kind of after finding a small mistake, kind of going through with a fine-tooth comb afterwards to find all of the mistakes.
Yeah. I mean, that's the kind of thing that losers do, John. Is that they go through things like this and like I don't know. I think it's silly to like kind of have to reanalyze every single thing that he's done over the course of an event. Like if there was a misplay, there was a misplay. We caught it now, okay, but nobody else caught it the entire event, so it must not have been that bad.
No.
Yeah.
But we do invite everyone to subscribe to Art of War's War Room to look at their back catalog of games. And just really just go through all of those to catch out.
And I think they would probably encourage you to do so as well. I think that's probably they'd be like, yeah, you should definitely like subscribe money so that you can try and find us cheating somehow.
And then what you got to do is to make sure you really get it through is get some one-on-one personal coaching from John for a couple $100, and then let him know at that point that you've gone through hundreds of hours of his videos.
Yeah,
it's real gotcha journalism there, John.
Let's move on to some state of play. We got quite a bit to cover this week.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to State of Play, the segment where we catch up with what we've been up to in the Warhammer world in the last week. And this week, Dickie represents the square-based mafia of Eastern Canada. And we're going to go over the Necron and ADM Codices, even though I spelt it wrong here, that are available this weekend for pre-order from all good places.
Yep. Yep. I got it.
Boom. Starting off, I'm sure Mr. Heffelfinger will want to talk about it more next week.
Yeah.
But if we just get it all out of the way now, I can't think of a better way to disappoint him than have him come on and be like, yeah, we talked about this already.
It was a lot of fun, man. Look at all those guys having fun, just posing for pictures. Honestly, hats off to Val and Peter, who did a fantastic job. So Peter was the TO. So he was doing all the rules, checking and whatnot. And Val actually just played, and he had a blast. So yeah, it was awesome. a ton of fun. The mini wargaming bunker. I slept in the mini wargaming bunker. There's a little bed and breakfast there that you can
say. They asked you several times not to.
Yeah, they said please leave, and I said no, I'm here. No, we stayed over.
I live here now.
Yeah, we stayed over. There's one room with bunk beds that guys were in. It was really funny to go in. And these are big lads, but everyone fit and no one broke anything. So yeah,
that's impressive.
Thumbs up.
I want to say, if you guys are. Oh, sorry, why don't you go, Danny?
Oh, what kind of room was that, Dickie, with bunk beds in it? What was the theme?
That was the just the normal troop room, the troop bunker. So it had like a little las gun on the wall and stuff. It was really
cool. The Administratum builds those bunks standard issue for Ogrins, apparently. So.
Yeah, for really big boys. It was so much. Yeah, like honestly, the venue was really great. And definitely want to run some things in the future. I think it can fit up to 36 players. I don't know if you can get any more than that. I may have to ask the owner and see if there's any more space that we can open up. But so we can fit a few people in there. But it was a really great venue. So yeah,
GT awesome. After Dark.
GT After Dark. Yeah,
Dark. We'll run it there. I think December 25th. I don't see any events on. So that should be okay.
I'm sure they're open.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned it was TO'd by Pete the Falcon.
Yeah,
he did say on his Twitter page, "What a wonderful time hanging out with 30 folk who cared about the whole world about as much as I did. Yeah. Excellent and chaotic games, great sportsmanship. 10 out of 10 would do it again. Only negative was the lack of physical bidets, which implies excess of imaginary bidets."
Yeah, that was the big thing was Pete bought a bidet when he was there, and he was going to transport it back to his home, and he was really excited about installing it in his bathroom. So I don't know what Pete has going on up there, but all the power to him.
Bunch of water, apparently.
What, do they not have Amazon? Like, I guess I don't get it. Like,
I guess
had
he was in a box store and he's like, you know what I need? A bidet. And it was right there and he grabbed it.
perfect.
He says in this, Warhammer Fantasy Battle players are amazing. They just fool sold me on buying a bidet. It is happening. Here we go.
Yeah.
So imagine being Pete's poor girlfriend. It was like, how was the Warhammer Fantasy Tournament? Like, honey, I bought a bidet.
Well, yeah,
I
wait a minute.
learned that I need a cleaner ass.
Oh boy.
Oh, and you played all weekend in this wonderful GT, right, Dickie?
I did 5 rounds. 5 rounds to
5
determine
rounds.
the winner. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So for the layman like myself, what is kind of like a standard battle size for fantasy? How long is kind of each round? Kind of what's kind of the mental drain on it? Because I know after, if I'm not playing kind of Unga Bunga style, just push everything forward army, kind of the brain hurts a little bit after 20 minutes.
Yeah, I definitely remembered more rules as I went through the event. So, and I promptly forgot them every day. So, it's actually like when it comes to like physically moving things, you actually move less things in old school fantasy because of the movement trays. So moving things aren't so bad. It's just literally remembering the actions. Like there's a big list of things that you have to get through, and that's the kind of the mental drain part for sure. But each round was about 3 hours, so pretty comfy to be honest. I think most of my games were completed in full, and I was playing Skaven, so I had quite a lot of models. So yeah, I felt comfy with the 3 hour rounds. What else do you want to know? I'm an open book.
So, what games did you find to be the most difficult? Which ones were the easiest for you as playing Skaven?
So my only loss of the event was into a Warriors of Chaos army.
Mm-hmm.
In that game, in fantasy, especially 8th edition, the 1-up armor save on pretty much all his things were a problem because most things in fantasy are only like armor penetration 1 or 2 at the max. 3 is very rare. So even -1 on a 1-up save, they're still saving on 2s, right? So
Yep.
it was pretty frustrating. To answer chat, I played Skaven. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, Warriors of Chaos, I'll go through. So I played Empire first round.
Yeah.
Second round I played Ogres, I believe, and then I played High Elves, and then Warriors of Chaos, and then Khorne Demons.
Okay.
It was just it was a eclectic group, but actually there was a ton of Bretonnian players that I dodged.
Oh wow.
Thankfully. So
yeah. So that's funny. Like none of the Bretonnians switched to AOS. They're all like, no, we're just gonna stay.
Yeah, we're just gonna stay. This is our zone. Yeah.
What was the meme I saw like making like saying about Warhammer is like they took rats and made them like mutants, and they turned like emotions and made them demon, and then took French people like French and turned them into people. And then I had like a picture of the Bretonnians.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the event was taken out by Mr. Adam Camilleri, who was playing a really nasty ogre list, actually. So it had some man eaters, which is not a euphemism. It's that was their name. So they had pistols.
Also a type of spider in Australia, I think.
Really, man eater. Wow. Anyway, he had just big old chunky boys coming at you, and no, it was really good. Adam knows his stuff when it comes to fantasy. So
can I just say that I can imagine Adam yelling "big old chunky boys" coming at you?
That's why.
Ironically.
Yeah. No, he totally called them big old chunky.
And that was the prime decision behind taking that army with him, was that he could yell that.
You're right. Second place was Lord Blacksoul, who was from the UK that flew to Canada to play in this event, and wow. Adam obviously flew from Australia to play in this again. So this is a big deal. This event.
It's a world championships of Warhammer.
It's true.
Fantasy F.
And guys, I have to say, I took third place in the event, so I
nice
won
job,
some
dude.
stuff. Yeah. I was very proud of myself.
I'm proud of you.
No, thank you, everyone. Thank you. Can I say it's very odd that my face is on camera and I'm trying to push buttons and I like, do I look up?
Did you just cheer yourself, Dickie?
Oh shit! Oh, sorry.
There we go.
There you go. Booing yourself now.
Perfect.
Of course, everyone knows Dickie has the only soundboard on this show, and everything is his fault.
Absolutely.
I'm sure we're going to hear more about that next week when Vala fully recovers and rebases himself on, is it 28 mil, something like that? Do know it's whatever the new,
whatever, yeah.
Well, whatever it is. I do know that I got sad because I lost some bases for some flayed ones, and I found out they were 28 mil, and it made me sad. But speaking of flayed ones, in our transition phrase, or transition phase, there are a couple new codexes coming out this week, Danny. And thanks to our friends at Games Workshop, we got a peek at them. This beautiful asset here is, of course, original art. But real quick, because obviously we don't want to go through everything. Codex Necrons, how is it for you? How does it compare to the Index? What does the future look like for Metal Bros?
John, the army is totally different. Like, you have to reread almost every single data sheet has had some change in one way or another. So while some of the abilities changed as well, either the unit's context is different because like the detachments are different. So things that were bad are now good again. So definitely reread any data sheet that you knew before for Necrons to make sure that you notice some of the little changes, like changes to different movement values by 1 inch, or either faster or slower, changes to the strength of weapons, changes to basic abilities they have. So just really pay attention to that. Super broad strokes, like the warrior horde, like Silver Tide army, is bad. I got numerous debuffs to that list, so that list is probably not good anymore. But conversely, things that were not good are now a lot better, like Satan. Well, Satan were good. Satan are a lot better with the 5-up Feel No Pain overall. And then some of the detachments are really powerful. The Canoptic Harvest is extremely good.
Fingers crossed. I just bought 3 boxes of Wraiths. Hopefully those will be useful.
Yeah,
oh my god. Fingers crossed. On a whim.
I also really like the Hypercrypt Legion a lot. I think that's a really cool.
Danny, I think between us, we've been talking most sort of about Hypercrypt because it kind of fills my weird niche to do bizarre things. Hypercrypt lets you do some things that are kind of maybe take away some of the Necrons' lack of speed for their basic troops, right?
Absolutely. So like it letting you like or pull units off the table and put them in strategic reserves, really cool. It makes units that have the deep strike ability intrinsically much more valuable, because then they can, when they pull them off the table and they come back on, they don't have to come on from the sides of the board. They can come on through like anywhere on the table, which is extremely powerful. And then you can pull them back off the next turn if you like. So really, really good ability. It really lets you kind of push assaults really far too, and kind of threaten multiple areas, because you always basically have a threat of a 9-inch charge from something that's like can probably hit pretty hard, like Scorpec destroyers or something like that. So
yeah, super excited. I know I saw GW a couple of weeks ago. They released an article that showed you how to recreate battles from the Heresy books in the new Tiny Boy game. And I thought that was a really cool idea. So I started to listen to a lot of Necron books. When I say a lot of Necron books, I mean all 3. But it really is
before.
I think the third Twice Dead King's coming soon. Just be a second here. Dickie wants to restart the show. He's unhappy that we've moved past.
Sorry, Dickie. Did you have any thoughts on Necrons? I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah. I read the initial codex and I was like, no. And then I read the AdMech codex and I was like, So I don't know. They don't have enough chaosy bits, I guess, for me. I don't know what it is.
If you haven't noticed, Dickie is every commenter on Reddit. Danny, we're going to go into AdMech in a second here. But Necron's kind of got a lot of negativity from the old R Necron.
Okay, sure.
I was gonna say though real quick, my army is gonna be themed after Twice Dead King and also Cars 2, because it's going to be keyword Lightning McQueen, where everything is going to have lightning, be fast, and then also be a queen. So a lot of din-ass things. Yeah, it's a threefer.
Nice. Okay,
so it's going to be a lightning
Wow.
McQueen list.
Yeah, you did it, John.
I did. But at the same time, it will instantly change when Immortals with Tesla get nerfed within a week and a half. But
Just maybe that one combo, and even then, I honestly don't even think it's that. It's really good.
Okay,
Very
do
good.
people know this combo that you guys have been spouting off in our
Here,
private
let's
chat?
talk about that for a minute,
Yeah.
I guess. All right, so I got to play a game a little while ago with the new book against another NDA holder, and we played a game. It was pretty fun. Gave me some ideas. I definitely tried this Immortal combo, and so what it is the Canoptic Legion. You control certain areas of the table by controlling objectives, similar to the Demon's ability, like the Shadow and the Warp, if you're familiar with that. But basically, if you're in an area where you control, you get to reroll hits. So there's a squad, and it's for Cryptek and Canoptic units. So Cryptek joining any unit, i.e., Immortals in this case, and it's a Plasmancer specifically, so he crits on 5s. Immortals have sustained 2 with Tesla. And there's also a stratagem in there that says a Cryptek unit can get the Dev Wounds ability for 2 command points, and it's a battle tactic, so an Overlord can use that for free.
Okay.
So these dudes shoot 20 shots that explode on 5s and reroll misses. So you just reroll anything that's not a 5. You're going to get like probably 40, 45 hits, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they're on an objective, you reroll to wound rolls, or just you reroll 1s to wound anyway. So with Dev Wounds and 40 shots, I mean, that's like 6 right there, even without rerolls. And then with rerolls, it's like 11 Dev Wounds on basically anything, which is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super good. Would you say, like I said, the Goonhammer review after it was posted up on Reddit and a couple other people talking, the term side grade was mentioned an awful lot, and that turned into kind of like a dog whistle for the geniuses of the comp community, who say that it's not a side grade, it's a downgrade of a codex compared to the index. Sarcastically, my opinion is, oh, does your one little tweak not work anymore? Oh no. But Danny, what's your take on that?
Yeah, I think a lot of people didn't like that style, although I really like that style of play, like where my stuff just doesn't die, or it dies and then it all comes back. And the look on your opponent's face when they've accomplished nothing, it just warms my soul in like a really, really beautiful way, John.
Yeah, because we were talking about this because I did an RTT with like a Silvertide list, and I told you, like, I think one game I lost 1 unit of warriors, and I think the problem design wise was that was really fun for me as the player getting things back. I loved it. My opponents very annoyed, and Taylor.
Yeah,
right.
Taylor. I love Taylor.
So yeah, and I get why that's annoying to people, and people don't like to play against that, and that's totally reasonable. It's cool to get some tricks to increase the damage output in the army with some of this stuff. So it's cool to see Necrons maybe get some punch instead of just durability. So you kind of have to leverage your slight durability increase over other people's units and kind of the resurrection mechanics with maybe some increased punch, which is what I think Necron players probably wanted anyway for the most part.
Resurrection orbs is the other kind of big thing here. Back to being once a game. Fair, or is that kind of too much?
No, I don't care. That's fair. If that's what the war gear does, that's what it does. And like, it's a D6. It's the only way to get D6 in the entire book for reanimates. So I think it's worthwhile. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's great. And then if you add on the reanimator, it's D6 plus 3. That's still potentially a lot of guys. I mean, that's an average of like 6 or 7.
Yeah, and of course we can't make a full opinion until points come out. Points have not been released for that book yet, but I'm sure when it was, we'll do a follow-up. And oh, dude, that's why we didn't do anything about it, because we didn't have the full picture, so we couldn't talk about it.
Yeah, but You already let the cat out of the bag, though, John.
Genius. No, it's all right. We'll fix it in post. Moving on. That is not the only new codex coming out this week. Dickie, make sure to fix that in post. We also have ADMEC. Let me tell you, this font was magical on my other computer.
Why did you drop the F-bomb? What was the point of it?
Why do you have, John, what's with these like fucking thirsty pictures that you keep posting here? The Necron chick and the ADMEC chick. Come on, dude.
The F-bomb is anime.
Yeah.
But yeah, so ADMEC got a new book. It's kind of gone under the radar a little bit. Is this just a case of ADMEC players not be whiny little bitches like Necron players?
Okay.
No, they're still pretty whiny.
Yeah, they're this book it got a lot of like little changes that I think add up to a lot of big changes, but I just don't know this army well enough. I haven't even played against it, and I guess I played one game against it in 10th edition, but it just wasn't. It wasn't run by someone who was like super familiar with their book. So I think that there's probably some good units and some good play in here. I really like the Explorator Maniple, the one that like picks objectives and it gets to reroll 1s to wound against units on there.
Yeah.
And like I think that's super good. The 2 relics that you can combine on that one, like on a unit of robots to give them like a 4-up impulse save and then also like +1 to hit, are really solid.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know. I think.
Yeah,
last time I was going to say, Dickie, real quick. Last time I played ADMEC was at LVO, where a biker chaplain tanked an entire army's worth of shooting and didn't die.
Christ.
Which I think goes to show you that regardless of any changes, it's got to be better than where it was in January. Dickie, you were saying.
Yeah, there's some. I've been meaning to do a deep dive in it, and I just haven't had the time with fantasy being such a big deal these days. But I don't know. I'm sure there's something to the army. There's gonna be that broken combo somewhere in there. I just haven't found it yet. So I'll get to it.
Yeah,
it's just a good all around army. Honestly, like some of the all the units that got there's nothing that got worse in the army. Everything got better, at least. So like looking at it from in that respect, and depending on how points end up, like I guess people will have to see whether or not that's it's a great army or not.
Yeah. Would you say that kind of chat saying that like there's way less ADMEC players, not seeing a lot of excitement for it? Do you think that's either the robotic lack of emotion or the fact that this army has actually a pretty high buy-in cost?
It's the second most expensive army in the game, I think.
I was gonna say it's close. It's like less or little less than GSC, right? Like, yeah. So it's expensive to get into this army.
Yeah, and guys, don't meta chase. Just buy 3 of every unit. That's literally all you have to do.
Or maybe a few more of those shooting or Lancy Walker things.
Because now they split the Sidonian Dragoons into 2 different data sheets, one with radium carbines and one with taser lances.
For some reason.
So, well, because you needed more walkers.
Cha-ching.
I actually think that list, like a list with like 27 walkers,
could be a list.
Is probably kind of cool. Like it might be secretly good just because it's really difficult to get rid of.
Well, and I'm sitting there looking at the cost of it. I may have to remortgage my house in order to purchase this army.
They're like $60 a pop, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're more in Canadian.
Well, everything's more. Yes, but yes. Yeah. So, that was it a marketing choice? Was it a rules choice? I don't know. Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
Was it we have to have X amount of data sheets minimum, and they're like, crap, we're 1 short. Do we have that new unit ready yet?
Yeah.
Like, no, we made the Primaris dogs, so we can't.
Yeah.
It's better than like saying, oh no, like Skitarii Ranger heads on Skitarii Vanguard models are a new unit. Like something like that. At least it's kind of something that's like it's a totally different role. That
ADMEC do seem kind of like the army that were created using a Mad Lib style army, like model construction of you have these 4 basic pieces, the Taco Bell of armies. But yeah, I'm sure we'll have more on this when it comes out. But yeah, go out, get your ADMEC Codex, get your Necron Codex. Don't get the Necron cards; they're sold out everywhere. And if you do have them, sell them on eBay. Make a profit off of it. Why not?
Yeah.
Go Scalpers. I bought it off eBay at a slightly inflated price. Anyway, it's been a while. Let's do some around the net. Why did
Boo.
you add the boo?
I don't know. I must
Okay,
hit the wrong button.
Welcome to Around the Net. It's part of the show where we dive deep into the dank drivel of the internet provides. And this week we've got about a month's worth of stuff to work through until we get sick of it and move on to eBay prices right.
Yep.
Starting off with this guy here, which I found on Warhammer Competitive, which I just want to say is my favorite place to just get random questions. And Danny, without context, is there an easy way to explain the need to slow roll feel no pains to someone who just doesn't get it?
It's to your advantage to do this. If you just want to roll them all at the same time, fine with me, but you're shooting yourself in the foot big time.
Danny using the carpet salesman deal of, it's I'm losing money on this one.
I mean, hey, look, like if you do you, but like it's definitely to your advantage to make sure that you can shrug off some of those 2 damage hits if you roll like 1 5-up feel no pain against those 2 wounds. Yeah.
Dickie, is there a reason a person wants this to happen against them?
No one wants this to happen against them. This becomes very annoying as a World Eaters player. This becomes very annoying. And I generally just roll all together because I don't want to be bothered. But I can understand why Danny would do it. Yeah.
Danny, have you ever had an in-game situation?
Wait, hold on a minute. You're the captain of Team Canada for WTC, and you're saying you don't slow roll feel no pains?
So are you saying slow roll like so if I have a free
are
model?
you the captain or the couch?
I'm the couch.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
the
couch. Is that what you said?
Yeah, you did say couch. I am not the Canada couch.
Sorry, guys. No, you're the Canada coach.
No, he's the foot on because people pull him out to win a Warhammer.
Yeah. So there are circumstances like, for instance, my 8-pound or exalted 8-pound. But if sometimes, man, if something's they're dead. Like I don't care how many fucking feel no pains you have. So I'll just fast roll it then and re-roll the successes or whatever they generally do.
Oh, yeah, that's different though. You're still doing it right.
Yeah.
Is this so? I'm sorry. Is this my like summarization of this is that like somebody is just like say, oh, I got hit by 10 2 damage weapons. I failed that many saves. I failed 10 saves. All right, I'm gonna roll 20 feel no pains on my 2 wound models. Like just all together without any kind of separation.
Well, why would anyone do that?
Because that's what that's what this is about.
Oh,
no,
I guess we agree.
If you do the fast method of like re-rolling successes however many times, okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Downvoting people in chat saying just only have single model units, no need to fast roll.
Jesus.
He's a fellow Night King. You don't have to worry about it when Danny just makes you blow up all your own stuff anyway. Moving on. This next one here, I caught this on a Facebook ad and I freeze framed it. This was from a Vanguard Tactics Facebook ad about their coaching services. They do partner with our sponsors at Frontline Gaming, so obviously use them. But they've moved on to Formula One style driver suits from the looks of things. So I'm asking you guys, what's going to be the next big fashion trend in competitive 40K?
Overalls with just jerseys, like just tank tops and overalls.
Yeah, I was going to say like tank tops, or mesh shirts.
Tank tops, they've already been done. The Australians already do it. We can move on. We did hockey jerseys. It was very on the nose. Also extremely hot when you're in a hot climate.
Yeah, I've seen bowling shirts before. I've seen obviously the esports stuff. I've seen Ranger panties. I don't know if you're familiar with that concept.
I'm sorry, please. I'm sorry. I thought you said the term Ranger panties.
Yeah. It's like a military. It's like they're running shorts. They're really, 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 really short.
Later.
Oh, I've seen those. Yeah,
you have.
Ugh. Yeah.
Yep. So I don't know. I'm hoping for some kind of banana hammock become popular.
Wow. I want some. You know how in like Dungeons and Dragons style adventures and also like things where you go up to the Black Market Street vendor and he has everything under his coat. I want to see a tactical trench coat where you can open it up and you're like, oh, let me grab my dice, and you open up your coat and you kind of reach into your dice pocket, and then but you got to hold it tight, and also you have to be completely nude underneath. But outside of that, it's perfect.
Well, that second requirement, John, seems like a lot to ask of people, like as like a trend to develop.
I think it's an average ask, most people would say.
Yeah,
I have
I'm here for this, Ronnie. Moo-moos. Let's do that.
Moo-moos.
That is a lot of gamers that would benefit from that kind of an outfit.
I have a question. Why is this guy so happy?
Because he just learned how to win at Warhammer 40,000 thanks to professional coaching from Vanguard Tactics, which I think is available from Stephen Boggs himself in issues of White Dwarf now.
Get the hell out of here. Really?
He has a little Warhammer Tactics issue in White Dwarf. White Dwarf, by the way, really solid little magazine nowadays.
Huh.
Yeah, he's a happy guy. I don't know his name, but like it's just I saw that and I just immediately thought of Formula One tracksuits, like full driver suits. And I want people to wear these with the inability to pee. So when you go to the restroom during your Warhammer tournament, there's just a bunch of guys with these full tracksuits around their ankles because they haven't figured out. And then when they take them back, they have like little piece. They have little pee stains on the butt because they had to touch the floor.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, shirt sponsorships. I just want, I think we've talked about this before, Danny. It's my dream to wear a shirt that's just so covered in sponsors that you don't quite know who to support because there's literally hundreds on there.
Fantastic, John. I would like to see that.
I just want to get paid. That's all.
Same.
Sell out. Yeah.
Always. Moving on. 3D printers. Obviously putting GW out of business. This person posted this up as Elegoo 1 Forge World 0. One, if you want to go to this next slide here that shows Forge World's reaction to this. They just don't know what they're going to do. They're just lost all of their money. And then we go back up now. But Danny, Dickie, will piracy of a model that you can't use in their most popular game system equate to a loss for Games Workshop?
I mean, maybe in some way, but I just like to point out that this guy's use of the sunglasses cool emoji when he's painting Ultramarines is obviously misfounded because this guy's
beautiful. Next up, 3D printing ruining things again, and this time our favorite topic, the proportions of Terminators. Danny, take it away. What are we looking at here?
John, I can't stop looking at his crotch.
Why? What's there?
I don't
Nothing.
know. I'm trying to figure out if there is something
It's
there.
like a cod piece almost.
It looks like one of those
Rap guys, girlfriends, or something.
Oh,
enhance.
And there
enhance.
we go.
It looks like a mouse.
Kind of does look like a mouse.
I think it's I think it must be a urine receptacle, but I can't tell if there's a penis there.
Call
And
your
I
mom.
really
It's a
want to
urine receptacle.
Does he have no leg on
mom's
that
a
one?
receptacle.
That one leg, like no foot, no.
There's a foot, and then there's like a little veiny leg right there and everything.
Oh, it is a veiny leg, but underneath the piston.
Oh, downvoting people, by the way, saying it's a pastry in between his legs. It's a nice,
Oh, it's like a croissant. Yeah.
like a croissant.
Oh, a pierogi.
Yeah,
or
a pierogi.
Or a pierogi.
The 6th Primaris implant is your pierogi gland.
Your pierogies gland. It makes you smell like pierogies constantly. It's perfect.
But yeah,
That's why people love Space Marines so much. They just smell like good food.
Do you sitting there like, yes, this chaos cult will overtake this planet? Shit, do you smell that? That smells amazing. We're in trouble.
Oh no, that's pierogies.
Our only weakness, pierogies.
Oh, and then also the beautiful nipple clamp. You notice that the suit of armor is screwed into his nipple.
Yeah, that would suck.
So it's a beautiful thing right there. But this was
Maybe.
inspired by a piece of artwork that kind of showed a cross section of the Terminator, and was actually sent to me by a listener who was like, "Look, this is how people fit in the armor." And to that, I want to go to this next slide.
Yeah.
And say, no, it's not. This is the new Terminator. And in case people have a little trouble finding out what it is here, I drew a little skeleton
No,
to go on top of
God.
it there. And then when we delete this layer,
Oh,
we're going to
shucks.
see the feet and at the knees. So the models are still a terribly proportioned model.
Yeah, are we sure that this guy, like, that's not a robot foot? Like, it looks.
It looks like a
that-
robot foot. Yeah. I like that
Like,
we're still harping on the robot foot when we're not even looking at the dimensions of the man anymore. Yeah.
Let me move the little man out of the way
No,
here.
see, he fits in there like that.
He doesn't fit in there.
He
Yeah,
did
no,
not fit in
but
there.
Superimpose the stick figure again, Sean. The knees are just expanded out because that's where his feet go.
No.
Yeah,
He's like a
They're just
stilt
stilts.
walker that you see in Central Park or something like that.
yeah, dude.
Oh, Terminators, of course, just Danny's clowns. It's a beautiful thing. It's always a good
Jesus.
chance when we
is.
get to talk about clown shoes. Moving on, speaking of clown shoes, this next one I found on the Chaos Knight Play Age.
Dude.
Usually I'll blur out names to save people, but this one was so good I couldn't help but share it. Danny, what are we looking at?
Dude, we're looking at one sick fucking night, dude.
For the audio listener, we're talking sick as in
This
sick.
night is on one of those mini skateboards, the finger skateboards.
Fingerboards.
What are those
Yeah,
called
finger-
again?
finger-
Sorry, you cut out.
a tech deck.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay.
He's
Mhm.
riding a tech deck here. He's ready to jam out some 6 moves, and the caption of this is, "Okay, so hear me out." ... 5 dots.
Dude, if that thing was on a base, I'd love it. I'd love it so much.
It's scary how well scaled it is to a tech deck and how well it actually fits. And it makes me want to go mount one, like steal one of my kids
Can
and
you
go
imagine
put it
his
on there.
grip, dude? He can like grip every part around the edge of the board. I mean, that guy's gonna have some moves.
Well,
Yeah.
what I want to ask you guys are, what are the sickest tricks that a war dog can perform?
Oh, easy. Easy. So you know this stratagem that you can go through walls? This
Mhm.
this guy's just going over walls.
Ollie's right over
He
the
just-
building.
Yeah, all these kick flips over there. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. This is so good.
I think
Ollie
this guy
for
could
the
easily
Ollie
grind
throw.
his way into a 10-inch charge right off the
Oh.
side rails of one of those buildings or down one of the pipes.
Yeah.
Plus
like with
2 inches to your
Promethean pipe?
charge if you're charging alongside a ruin.
Yeah.
Just run wall ride. That's the name of the rule.
Beautiful. And then what do the older, larger knights feel about the youth and their skateboards?
Those damn kids.
Those damn kids.
Oh, more knights on kids' toys, please.
I love that.
Moving on to a very disturbing picture. It's a thick cheat Catan.
Oh,
Danny,
Wow.
Dickie, I have to ask why.
there's no good reason. What is that white stuff on the base?
I believe that is snow. Well, I hope that is snow.
It's
Uh,
very
from
leaky snow.
because it is through the legs. I'm gonna just enhance a little here for you guys.
Thank
It is
you.
through the legs of a town model. Because
Oh,
of
your
course,
enhancement's bad.
well,
Oh,
no, I
okay.
gotta
Hold on. Enhance.
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 No. Oh, okay,
There.
there we go.
Oh,
Perfect.
Oh, it got so much more worse.
Yeah. What do you guys think of this new take on Norman Osborn?
The
I
white
just
snow is really getting me, though.
I just
doesn't
have to
look
ask why.
Great question, John. Why?
Yeah,
Why indeed?
Danny is a longtime Necron player and kind of Satan enthusiast. What are this Satan's powers?
Immune to natural law.
Right.
That's what that ass is, like obviously. And
You think there's gonna be like a
thick clapping of eternity.
I was gonna say a
hear
thunderclap
that.
style power.
Yeah. Transdimensional booty clap. That's what he's got.
Dickie,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask the percentage chance that there's a penis modeled on this.
100.
I'm looking for the balls. So usually the balls would be the telltale, like in between. I do not see them.
Now, to be fair, this is probably someone who enjoys Necron lore in the story, and the Necron tier did imprison the Satan, figuratively taking their balls, and in this case, maybe literally. There still could be shaft, but I think we're just,
No chance of impregnation. That's
No.
what I think.
Uncanny ability to gather $1 bills was one of our listeners. That's so
your army pays for itself within
Yeah.
5 games, but your Catan
so
develops
good, Big Papa.
difficult mental problems.
Yeah. Ugh.
Moving
it's
on, get off the screen. Get off
Thank
the
you,
screen.
please, yeah.
We have the evolution of the tactical rock, showing that when you stand on a rock, you are more important.
Yeah, it is
Uh,
proven.
Guys, what the thoughts on a lot of models now coming with rocks and kind of other things attached to their bases in order to kind of add grandiosity to them?
I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory looking at this picture. Like, clearly, the guy on the rock looks way more important than the other guy. Like,
First of all, do people imagine that their models are walking over the terrain that their base is on like all the time? Like, and the model isn't just a cool representation of what their guy might be doing at any one given time?
I
Yeah.
absolutely
Picture.
believe that my Cesaris is picking up that corpse and moving it a couple feet with him every time and then putting
Yeah,
it back down.
He's trying to do some extra work. Like he took it to his other job. Like he's trying to double dip. He's trying to study for his finals and also like fight a battle. Like, come on.
But we are seeing kind of like almost every model now come with some kind of basing accessory over the last couple of years moving on. What are your guys' kind of thoughts on that? As Danny said, they are used to more dynamically pose and kind of give some more life to it. But
Good,
what
I
are your
don't have to do it
thoughts?
myself anymore. That's kind of my thought on it, right? Like I would just do that same kind of stuff myself all the time. So this just like saves me a step. It's great.
Yeah.
Will the cork industry ever recover now, though?
Yeah, they might be out of business.
I don't know. I think I could do without always a rock. Maybe we can do something else every once in a while. I know that the NIDS had a lot of grates or industrial kind of things that they were standing on. That was really cool, actually. Like Death Leaper was on like a pipe, right? So
Yep.
I thought that was much cooler than
All the
a
Eldar are on Eldar Ruin stuff. They're not.
Yeah.
None of them are really on. I mean, unless it's a part of a rock that's like, you know, Wraithbone or something like that, I guess.
I think
Yeah.
the only thing I don't like about it is when it kind of locks you into a battlefield type. So like
Sure.
if
That is
you
true, actually.
if
Yeah.
you set up like a beautiful snowboard and you set up these kind of things, and it's an imperial city, all of a sudden to have like these Necron glyphs and Eldari stones and everything on the bases kind of pulls me out a little bit.
I will
But that's
say,
a very minor gripe.
most of the time, the rocks are secondary pieces to the leg, so you can actually make sure that the rock's not there. Like Balakor, for instance, or I'm trying to think of any of the NID models that we've just been building. There's no requirement. Yeah. So
Except
yeah.
for like the Neurolictor.
Yeah, I think the Neurolictor's the only one because it has his tail wrapped around.
Right.
But yeah, I think you can still have your like Danny said, you can still have your cork or whatever texture that you want on there that could make your own. But
The
you're
only-
right. You're right though. It does kind of set you into this. Oh, I guess I have to do, rocky outcrop bases now because of my rock base.
The only one I really didn't like over the years was the one I think the Patriarch's on, where it's a pipe that's like
Yeah.
the same size as him. Because like Danny said, for some reason my mind goes to thinking that it follows him around like a submarine periscope.
He's just really
where
on that
it's just
pipe all the time.
Yeah, the whole pipe just kind of stays. What is going to be the next big trend in basing? People are making fun of the tactical rock and all these other things. What's going to be the next big dog whistle moment for basing?
Dog whistle?
Yeah.
What an
Okay.
interesting-
It's going to get people mad, get them all riled up.
I don't know, like static grass.
Oh, jeez. We're totally going back there, though.
Like the $30 character box becomes $35 and gets 2 tufts of static grass in
Yeah.
with it.
Right.
That's quality. I like
What
that.
What do you guys think of remember, have you ever seen the see-through bases? So like so you could put your like 30s or 25s and it was a see-through base. Did you guys like that? So you could see the
Dumbest
mat
thing I've
underneath?
ever seen.
It was
I
so
hate
dumb,
it.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I will say I haven't got a sample yet, but the front line they come up with pre-printed bases. Have you
I
guys
did
seen
see
those?
that the other day. That was very interesting. Good plug. Good plug.
Yeah. Like
That
it
could be
maybe.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty expensive though. I
like
get
the
it.
Gamers Grass ones. Those ones are really nice. I would, if they had better colors or colors that I liked a little bit more on like the Earth, I would probably buy those for a whole army for sure.
Yeah, they just came out with a whole desert themed bases as well. They look really good. So yeah.
Beautiful. Guys, that's caught up. I moved a bunch of memes that I didn't find funny anymore out of rotation. But that's about all I want to touch on around the net. Let's go through some eBay prices right.
Notice how they're not
cut.
Notice how they're not complaining about the volume, chat. Somebody fixed it.
Only took you a month.
Pretty
Proud
fucking
of you.
loud, dude.
Oh boy, my ears have died from years of concerts. But welcome to tonight's special eBay Prices Right. It's a special Cyber Monday edition of the eBay Prices Right. It was Black Friday edition until I realized today was actually Cyber Monday. But we are looking for the next great Warhammer price predictor. Our contestants will be bidding on a series of Warhammer items recently sold on eBay I found using the search term Warhammer Deals. Will they guess the final auction price and win prizes? The stakes will be high as we see who knows their Warhammer and who's heading home 0-4-1. Let the bidding begin on the special Cyber Monday eBay Prices Right. Introduce contestants. Our first contestant, hailing from Moscow, Idaho. He's a law student in his final year. He might be able to pass the bar, but can he pass this quiz? It's Danny McDevitt. And then his opponent from the frozen, forgotten wastelands of Toronto, Canada. He is soulless, forgotten. He has powered his electricity using the waste tongue of the animals used to feed his family. He is responsible for the terrible junk on your TV. But can he guess how much you spent on eBay? It's Tech Priest Dickie. Welcome, guys.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. That was a smooth cut to the
It was something.
Something there. Yeah, perfect.
So is the fact that Dickie is soulless, that's official lore now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really have no soul? I'm a all right.
You like how I bring that when you finally start bringing your face out regularly? That's when I say that you're not a real person. When you're the animated doll.
But I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so welcome to this, guys. Price is Right. Are we excited to learn what people are bidding on for deals?
I'm awful at this game. Yeah. Okay,
I love it. It's good. First up, we have this excellent value factory seconds bases for Warhammer 40K AOS Necromunda. How much are we spending for a big old box of bases?
Big old box of 3D printed bases, it looks like, too.
Factory seconds, sir. But Danny, how much are you spending for this?
Look, it's not how much I'm spending for this. This is how much somebody else is spending.
It's fair. It's fair.
I would say $10.
$10 for Danny. Okay, Dickie.
$1.
$1. All right, we're gonna delete Bruce Forsyth here real quick.
Is that guy's name? Hey!
Oh, Dickie got it by 12 cents. It was $9.88. Beautiful. Look at all those bases. There's certainly a collection. I wish they said it was from Australia as well. So you know they're good quality.
$60 shipping. Jeez.
This is from Australia.
I know, but Jim, come on.
That's fair. Next up here, we have a Warhammer 40K Tau Empire army painted a $1,200 value.
Wow.
Dickie.
Painted to the same standard, I assume, eh?
Well, no, you always show your crappiest model first, and that draws you in.
Look, yeah. $1,200 value.
Mm-hmm.
So what did it sell for?
That's I ask you that. That's how this game works.
Oh, right. I tried to get you.
I know it's confusing, man.
Yeah, I'm a big dum-dum. $999.
You said $999?
Yeah.
Okay, Danny, do you want to guess $1 now?
I mean, no.
Oh, sweet.
I'm gonna guess $420.
It's like, oh no, I offended him because he had a serious answer, but thank you for being right. This army is $350.
Oh,
Come on. I got greedy, John, for a joke.
An absolute bargain. $1,200 value.
I made like a bandit for $350.
What you don't know is the commission painting is $900 of that value. Moving on, thanks to hopefully our friends, they don't know us, but the end games, we have Necromunda, Vansar weapons and upgrades, Warhammer 40K, complete hot sale.
Why hot sale? Why would they put hot sale?
Because I think they bought too many Vansar weapons and upgrades, and they need to get rid of them.
$25.
Yeah.
25 for Danny on that upgrade. Dickie?
$1.
Dickie stealing it again with a $1 bid. The dirtiest player in the game.
Yeah.
Back at it. Danny, you still have the ability to draw level with something that is a favorite topic of yours. This next item, old army chapter approved books.
Jesus Christ. I think I won. I have to go first, clearly.
Oh, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. How much did someone pay for what looks like Beyond the Veil, Plague Purge? And then
Can I just
1,
say
2,
that
3
guy
different
at the bottom
Those
is
are-
haunting me. He's
That's
looking right through me.
Bruce
Some of those are
Forsyth.
Crusade, right?
What's that?
Some of those are Crusade books, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the bottom 3 are Crusade, or the bottom 2 are Crusade books, and then far right at the bottom, and then the top 4 are all chapter approved. Crypt Shadow saying 25.
Yeah. I was gonna go 32. That's what I was thinking.
32.
Yeah. I don't for no reason at all. Oh, he said he changed Crypt changed it to 35.
He was unaware of the Crusade books, which add value.
Really?
It's true. What?
Yeah.
Sorry. What did you bid, Dickie?
32. 32.
All right, I'm gonna go 33.
Oh man.
You got Dickied. Dickie, you got
Oh, I got Dickied.
Dickied. Being
You got
out
the double
there.
D, buddy.
Got the
Double
double
D.
D's.
Picked by
Let's
Danny.
this last one here either is going to tie it up or seal a Dickie victory, a
love
dictory even.
A
It's going to
Dictory.
be a Warhammer 40K Astra Militarum lot.
Wow, a lot.
There is a lot. It looks like a kill team box.
Are there paints or those models?
There's some paints right there. It looks actually
painting handles, are they?
maybe it looks like because it looks like they're either open or some models there.
Okay.
There's a command squad. There's some
Yeah.
Tempestus Scions, a couple of blisters, so you know it's good quality fine cast.
Hmm.
All right, I'm up. So I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess $235.
$235.
What happened? Stop moving them.
Okay, Dickie. Danny went 235.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. If you stop moving it,
What's he doing with that hand?
I don't
He's
know.
fixing his cufflinks. Come on,
He is
man.
haunting though. Like, look at him. He's literally looking
His
directly through
proportions
me.
are very strange.
He was the host of the UK Strictly Come Dancing.
Yeah, he can see right through me.
He looks like he wants you to come dancing down by his hand.
He had a catchphrase. It was nice to see you, and then the audience would reply with nice.
So you did 235, Danny?
Yeah.
That's a terrible catchphrase.
I'll do 236.
Dickie, son of a bitch.
I'm gonna
Going 236. Move over to the Cyberus for Scythe.
Yeah, get over. Stop looking at me. 233.
You're both wrong.
Fuck.
I was off by $1.50, like $1.50. Come on.
Yes.
Those the rules, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
That's how the game's played, and especially when I don't have the. Oh, there we go. Everything lined up.
I need to move this guy's face. He's haunting me. Ooh.
He's a beautiful man. Danny in chat saying I won in spirit. Dickie in real life saying I won in actuality. It was a beautiful game. Thank you so much for joining us. Guys, we're not quite done yet. We have listener questions that have built up. Built up for a while. So as I continue to talk to give Dickie time to pull up the right bumper, I called the best questions from the past couple months for us to ask you, our esteemed and beautiful panel, in our listener questions. Oh, dude, that was almost seamless. It's almost like I did tell you beforehand. So listener questions come to us from all shapes and colors. All of these are pulled from the Grim Cord, which is our own little personal Discord that you can get by becoming a member on YouTube or wherever, or hell, even just ask us. We'll probably let you in anyway. But what's important is that the Patreon question section is an area where you can put whatever question you want to be asked to our guests. With Russell starting with, what's the yellow?
What is
Guys?
the yellow, really?
What's the yellow?
In what?
I'm not allowed to pull contextual parts from the Patreon question section, just the questions.
What's
Russell,
the yellow?
I don't know what to tell you, dude. Like, I want to answer this, but I also can't.
Then just answer. What's the yellow?
Not blue.
Oh, strong.
Mhm.
Yeah. Maybe. No. Yeah, I don't have anything. I'm sorry.
Fair. Moving on. This is a two-parter. Paul Winters answered it, but I like the answer so much that I put it up here. Bit says, is Grim After Dark the Dark Souls of 40K podcasts? To which Paul answered, because it is difficult to listen to. But,
It's true.
but guys, is Grim After Dark the Dark Souls of 40K podcasts? And if not, what is it the video game version of? Or the podcast version of a video game?
What video game are we?
Yeah, what
That's a
video game are
great
we?
Question.
Yeah.
What video game are we?
Yeah.
Probably those stupid games that we play with people sometimes, John. What are they called? The
Jackbox games.
yeah, the Jackbox. We're the Jackbox games of podcast. That's how I would refer to us. I think that's
I feel are the Starfield of video games, because spoilers. Spoilers, we never end. We just keep repeating ourselves in a creatively bankrupt way, when it could have been so much more satisfying. Dickie.
We're kind of like did you ever play that old Nintendo game Lion King? And you ever
I
play that
freaking
game?
love Lion King. Impossible game.
Yeah, we're kind of like that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You'll never beat us. Yeah.
No, you'll never beat us. Almost like we're the Genesis version of Aladdin.
Oh, that was also super
That was
hard.
a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, super hard. Great game. It's actually, you can buy it for Xbox. I have it on my Xbox downstairs to show my son, and then I gave up
Earthworm
very
Jim.
quickly.
That
What a great
actually,
game.
Earthworm Jim actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, actually.
Because it makes no sense. Moving on, Kriegerbot Chads went on a question asking spree.
Holy shit.
He said, on a previous podcast, Val and Danny seem to have some antipathy towards Tyrion and cucking. Is this because Tyrion cucking Finnebar is the epitome of the Chad Ligma male grindset elves are known for, as opposed to the virgin beta male neckbeard and generally small mindset dwarves are known for?
Wow.
Yeah,
I knew
all of
some
this
of
is
it.
true. No,
Yeah.
this is 100% correct. Look, the Chad Ligma male grind set is really what elves are known for. They're known for their cucking and their cucking abilities. And so they're going to continue to. Tyrion is going to continue to do that. And like, do I think that Tyrion is a little bit of a wimp for doing it?
Mhm.
I mean, he should just challenge Finnebar. Just get it over with. Fight for the throne. Be the Phoenix King.
I have to agree with Crypt Shadow in chat, who commented, "What?" Couple more questions here, starting with the next one from Kriegerbot Jazz. With no context needed, what is the best of the following options? Thank you, Dickie.
Oh, my bad.
Flesh, skin, or feet?
I know how you're going to answer this, John. It's not your fault.
Just because I look like a fatter Quentin Tarantino doesn't mean I share his pleasures. But
so what's your answer then, John?
give me a second here. You guys go right on ahead. I'm gonna type something in here. Yeah, you give some answers.
What are you picking, Danny? Just off the cuff.
Skin.
Or like talk about it for like a minute and a half.
Skin is the best option.
Why?
For so many reasons.
Give me one.
Okay, I'll give you three.
Okay.
Reason number one, Dickie. Skin is better because it's softer. It just feels better. Flesh, you want to reach your hand in like next to your girl and just feel a bunch of like meat, like tendrils and like tendons. No, you want to feel soft.
Now we're
skin.
demonetized.
Reason number two, that skin is better than flesh.
Yeah.
Skin always tastes better than flesh. Sorry, if you eat it, skin is always better, dude.
Wait,
turkey
what?
Skin better than turkey breast.
So you're equating skin to like better tasting?
Pork?
Like
have you ever had a pork
skin?
rind?
You ever had a steak?
Okay, come on, John.
You saying the pork rinds
skin is inedible because it makes us clothes.
Are you saying the pork skin is better than bacon?
Than a steak? What about you?
Wait, you would rather have a leather jacket than a steak? That's
the shittiest PETA slogan I've ever heard. Dickie,
that's fine. I don't care about your opinion, John. As a Sigma male, I just rise above all of that. I don't have to listen to anything.
Very firmer of me, or whatever the hell he was called.
Yeah, I think flesh is my answer.
Flesh. Okay.
You need flesh. Flesh is very important. Skin is like a secondary need.
Answer.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's fair. You might see I, as a happily married man, added D, personality.
Personality.
So of course I'm going to choose feet. Moving on. Mark M didn't get the memo of what kind of show we are and asks, do you feel that a 45 to 55% win rate range GW quotes is healthy? Actually is healthy. Should GW be aiming for a tighter spread, or should the acceptable range actually be even broader given the resources available to make impactful changes to the game? I mean, let's break it down. Do you feel a 45 to 55% win rate is healthy?
Dickie, do you mind if I talk about this for a second?
Hit me.
Okay. I just don't want to step all over you, man. So, all right. So here's my thoughts on this. Yeah, I think it's actually a really good win range right now. I think that eventually we want to scoot towards maybe a tighter win range, but like, I think that this is fine. Right now, the game is really fun, has great diversity. And yeah, are there some outliers? And are those outliers not necessarily shown like by the win rates that GW uses? Yes, that is true. There are some armies that are better than other armies right now. That's absolutely true. But it doesn't mean that you can't play your way out of a lot of that stuff. I think most armies are really viable right now. And actually, all the armies that don't have codexes are the problem armies right now. They're the ones that are the best. Like once armies get codexes, I think that everything is going to get toned down. I think everything's going to be more fun, even more fun, and it's even going to be tighter. So I really like this direction. And while I think that we can improve it in the future, I think right now, I think it's a really good solution.
Dickie, are you kind of a fan of it being this loose, or would you rather it was a bit tighter?
I don't think I'm a huge fan of that specific metric. I think I think it's too loose. I have no idea how to fix it, but I do feel like the game is in a healthier spot right now. I agree with Danny in that sense. I think Eldar and CSM are very good still. So I think they need to be adjusted. But when I look at when I look at that rate, I feel like if armies are within that that area, I think for sure.
I think the problem armies right now are a couple of the Space Marine supplements that don't have Codex, that don't have like a supplement that's been released. So like Dark Angels and Space Wolves are very good right now.
Yep.
I think Votan are extremely good right now.
Yep.
Like maybe venturing into that broken range. And I think that CSM and Eldar are obviously not in a great place right now. I think that they need to be reined in a little bit better.
Yeah. 100%.
Final question here, continuing the seriousness, is from our old friend Nick Horton. When is the Falcon coming on to do the Christmas movie special?
Next month.
I did talk to him at the event about it, so he is interested.
You actually talked to him about the Christmas movie thing?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, obviously.
What is
what do you
how is that obvious?
Who do you think you're talking to over here?
What do you think?
Mr. Personality, Dickie.
Yeah, what do you think? I don't talk to my friends? Jesus.
Well, yeah, but not about like a shitty podcast that you're on about a Christmas movie.
Like, hey, how are your kids? How are you? Like, no, Dickie's
no.
like,
I
hey,
went right to holiday Christmas show on Grimm. Let's talk movie choices.
Yeah,
maybe
what movie are we doing this year?
Maybe we do Die Hard 2.
No, it's been
as like kind of an honor to like Bruce Willis, since he can't like talk anymore.
Yeah, and also the naked Tai Chi scene is just right up our alley.
Remember that.
Do you remember it now?
No.
Oh my god, just go watch the first 5 minutes of Die Hard. It's very confusing. It's great.
I did watch a movie on Amazon about space wizards or tried to this weekend, and it was
Star Wars.
No. It's like literally they call them space wizards, John. I'll get you that title.
Please do. I'm always down for some terrible movies, especially now that I'm freed up to actually watch terrible movies and not assign terrible movies. But that's it. We're done. I kept y'all a little late to get that out of the way, but thank you everyone for joining us here on Grim After Dark. You can find all of our socials and way to support us at grimafterdark.com. We're going to be back next Monday live at 10 p.m. Easternish, where we are going to talk about a whole lot of stuff. And also, I think Val's going to excitedly recap his Warhammer Fantasy event. Dickie lets him, because Dickie did a pretty good job recapping it already.
Yeah, we're good. We can move on.
We're good. Yeah. Only 40K, not even orcs. If you enjoyed yourself, check out our back catalog on YouTube, but please continue to comment on the Terminator short. It drives the algorithm so much, and I really appreciate it. But remember, when your life feels like a never-ending siege and things can't get any worse, join us here and remember that it's always grim after dark.
It's time to step into the grim darkness with nerds gather talking Warhammer madness. Grim After Dark, the podcast with the hosts John, Danny, and Val, but they're not the most. Claiming to be experts, but it's all a facade. Talking about battles and dice rolls, they're all odd. Trying to sound cool with their Warhammer talk, but I'm here to expose. It's all just squawk. Nerds, everywhere I see talking Warhammer this, like it's a decree. But let me tell you, homie, it is all just a game. In the real world, homie, we are not the same. So put down the dice, step out of the dark. It's time to live life, nerd, make your own mark. Grim After Dark, the nerds playground. Talking Warhammer this, acting all profound. But when I listen, it's all just a bunch of noise. I love roasting nerds and their stupid ass toys. Stupid ass toys, I wanna grab them, put my hands around the neck, squeeze, Warhammer squeeze, until they can't breathe again. Tell a friend, I'm out here roasting nerds again.